Hey guys, so I'm in the trusty 1998 shit stang. It's a V6 manual transmission, and we have some news regarding the GT350. So I've had the car for about maybe going on 3 to 4 months now. I think it's going to be 3 months tomorrow, and majority of the time the car's been at the dealership. It's unfortunate. Based on my previous videos, we found out that there was a really bad vibration faster you took the vehicle. They as in Ford replaced the drive shaft, they replaced the springs, rear end bolts, and then they road balanced my tires, the rims, excuse me, and after that it felt better, but it never felt quite right. So next update is I purchased brand new rims for the vehicle, and the issue went away with the new rims. But through all of that, I was battling some strange issues, such as I would check the oil and it was just chewing through oil. So my Gen 1 Voodoo, it was going through about a quarter 5W50 every 120 to 150 miles. So I finally took that in last Monday. I did the 500-mile oil consumption test, and it just chewed through oil like nobody's business. So it's been there for about a week, and now they're saying that, you know, they have to do some tests to confirm if whether or not I'm going to get a Gen 2. Most likely it's going to be there for about a week, or excuse me, about a month. And it's unfortunate because, you know, it feels like problem after problem. What I want them to do, meanwhile it's in there, is of course give me all the information. It was like whether or not it's low on compression, what the cylinder looks like, the walls are scored. But another thing is the clutch. I want them to replace it while it's in, you know, while the motor's apart, so that way, because I want them to take a look at the clutch, see how bad it is. I've only had it for about 2 to 3 months, but it never felt right. So I want to see where the clutch is in terms of its health. It's unfortunate. I want to enjoy my car, but I can't, because it seems like the previous owner really mistreated the vehicle, and it's unfortunate. But hopefully if I get a new clutch in there, a new motor in there, it will pretty much be like a new vehicle at that point. The only thing that wouldn't have been touched, well, even the transmission would have been touched. Yeah, it's going to be a new vehicle at that point. Only concern, the car's never been tuned, so the only concern I have is for whatever reason they deny coverage of a new motor. What's that going to look like for me? Because I don't know the previous, you know, the owner, if whether or not he tuned it. The engineer the technician that I spoke to said based on the mode 9, I guess it's some sort of program that they use, everything looked stock, everything looked like it was never tuned before, so that's good. But I don't know if they have I doubt that the dealership can see everything that Ford can see. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. I don't know what the tests have revealed. They said they started the test on Friday. It's Monday now, and I don't have much information to go by besides, you know, they'll tell me when they tell me. So I'm not trying to rush them, because, you know, you don't want to get them mad, because then they can easily disconnect the cable or whatever reason, or whatever it could be. But hopefully I get a new motor. I think at that point we'll be, you know, smooth sailing. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's unfortunate, you know. A lot of people buy vehicles that they just don't take care of, and then hopefully you know, either the car just dies for whatever reason. But it's a GT350. I feel like people that own them should know how to take care of them, or at least like be on top of the maintenance. I'm not too sure, so we'll see where we're at, you know, in a few days, see what updates come across. But as of right now, it's unfortunate. We can't really do much. So besides drive the trusty shit stang that, you know, keeps going and going. They don't make them like they used to anymore, but they also don't make, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that once the Gen 2 was released, a lot of those kinks were solved. So I'm sure the Gen 2 GT350s will outlast the Gen 1s, well, the Voodoo motor specifically. And sure, in the comments I'm going to hear people say, oh, there's no such thing as a Gen 1 or Gen 2, but the newer updated version of the GT350 booter motor. So that's all I can hope for. I have heard of things where the GT500 motor and the GT350 motor, the block is pretty much the same. The only difference is, like, of course, the crankshaft and some small tiny stuff, such as of course the GT500 has a supercharger, the GT350 doesn't. It has a flat plane crankshaft versus a cross plane. Don't know how accurate that is. If you guys have more information, feel free to drop it in the comments. So that's kind of where we're at. You know, can't really do much until they provide the information to Ford, and Ford goes yes or no, and then at that point I think it also depends on availability. I spoke to the technician. He said that you know, the place that they get the GT350, I don't know if it's like a plant or like if it's a distribution center for parts. I have no idea, but they said that they have some in stock. So he said that, you know, he got it next day, which to me that would be really cool, but I don't know if that's still the case. I asked him about that like 2.5 weeks ago. That's what he told me. So, but somebody else with the GT350 Gen 1 could also be going through the same thing. I don't know, or even a Gen 2. According to the technician, he put a Gen 2 in a GT350 and drove it around the block, and then put it up on the lift, and then as it was idling on the lift per whatever they got to do, the motor seized up. So that sucks. So I don't know what you would do in that case. So yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, I'll keep you guys updated. It's unfortunate. I really want to drive my GT350. It's like I'm paying, basically at this point, I've paid probably a few $1,000s, you know, for it to be just in service. And sure, I have an extended warranty, but it's unfortunate, you know, it's sad. So hopefully I get the new motor without any pushback, but honestly, I don't know. So yeah, thanks guys.